God bless Alai. Whoosh whoosh, Clone Cartel. Neutral Nate here. Flying solo. In the meantime, got a guest joining us later. Brian couldn't be here. Transformer blowed up out there. We'll see. Maybe he'll join us and we can, if you're a fan Levitard show, put an episode together of that there. I'll talk about football, but this is God bless Highlight here. We got to get you up on the weekend. Neutral Nate is a little bit down. You know, folks, I'm on a journey with my Cyclone fandom here. And, you know, I can't help it. This is the team that brought me here. I still love them. Been starting to wear my new Cyclone jersey here. And tough week for the Cyclones. Potentially season ruining injury. Amigarena goes down. Word on the street is he's out a month with a calf strain. Ron goes down, but I think he pulled himself before having as serious an injury as Amigarena did. He was also having calf issues. What's the deal with calves and Highlight? You know, if you're like me, I hear a month for Amigarena to return. And I go, you think calf strain rushed back? Who do you think? You think Kevin Durant. And what happened there? Boom, Achilles. It's like, I want Amigarena out there because this is a playoff caliber team. But can the Cyclones hold down the fort? I think we play Chargers twice, Renegades, Warriors. So the schedule does not help us out. But again, if we can avoid those big losses, it's going to be tough to get wins with your Division II player out and people just having to sub up. So can we get close losses? Can we sneak out some draws and wins? It's possible because, look, that first set for Rhonda and Bueno, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to tell my kids you won that match because of that first set. Bueno, we got to get you back on the podcast, Bueno. Salute to you. Thank you for stepping up. You are appreciated. So, as it sits, Renegades blanked the Devils, puts them firmly in first place. Once again, top of the league. They're really starting to separate themselves. Chargers have a chance to, with a good game day, get themselves into second place. If a good game day will get them a little bit of distance. And we're tied with Warriors. And then Devils. Season's over for the Devils. Sorry, Devils. You just don't have that many bad losses to start a season. Even after 2 bad losses for the Cyclones last season, we put together 2 good games and then kind of fizzled out after that. Too many bad losses. Devils are just a bad team this year. You don't got it. Sorry, Devils. So Cyclones, you're hoping, can they squeeze something out and hold on, stay? Do we fall to 5th place? Maybe. It would be so nice if we played the Devils again in this stretch here. We do play them 5 weeks from now with Amigarena potentially being back. Maybe with us playing the Devils, we say, hey, Amigarena, take 1 more week. But we got to get points. We're going to need, you heard Brian, he said, is this a season where Manu can float and get points when we need to? No, it's not anymore. Everybody has to step up, and everybody, if it is not an Amigarena sub, we've got to battle and get those points. And this injury has just shown me, like, I'm still Neutral Nate, but I'm coming back. Whoosh, whoosh, Clone Cartel. So, who have we got here? Neutral Nate? Well, Neutral Nate secured you Benny of the Chargers, who Friday night are going up against the Fireballs. So, without further ado, let's get to our interview with Benny. God bless Highlight, Benny.
God bless Alai.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest here, Neutral Nate. Brian is out of power right now. He might be joining us, but in the meantime, it is me and the Chargers Division III player, been around since season 1 of Battle Court, Benny, welcome to God Bless Alai, sir. How are we doing?
We're doing good. Thank you for having me on.
So, the first question I like to ask every Pelotari we've interviewed here on God Bless Alai is how did you get involved in Alai?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of an interesting story for me because my dad played professionally for 13 years. He played in Spain, Florida, and Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up in North Carolina, we didn't, you know, grow up playing highlight. We were playing baseball, me and my brother. So I didn't really have like a lot of experience before coming to Magic City. But in 2018 was the first time that me and my brother ever played. We had a batting cage in our backyard
Wow.
that we learned how to play. Our dad taught us, and then 2021 was the first year that I came to Magic City.
So, you've been on the Chargers every season, correct?
Yeah, since season one. Yep.
What's it been like for you? Like a lot of players have bounced around to different teams. What's it been like to have like that consistency of being on the same team?
Yeah, well, I think it was the first 2 seasons we finished last place, like not even close. And and then when Zuleika and Iturbide joined the roster, we drafted both of them, and then we won. So we
Mm-hmm.
finished last place the first 2 seasons, and then won, and then we've done all right since then. But it's been fun, and as long as the rules don't change for next draft, I can't be frozen again. So this should be my last season as a Charger, unless they draft me again in the draft. So
And that would be dependent on right now with how the season's going. You guys play Friday against
mhm.
the Devils, who are oh no wait, not Devils,
Fireballs.
Fireballs.
Yep.
Sorry, which I'm wearing a Cyclone jersey here, but
Mhm.
little bit of finding my way back to that fandom, but that's another story. Um, you play the Fireballs, and if things go well for you on Friday, you guys will find yourselves within second place. So if
Yeah.
they keep going that way, it would reason that this could be your last season as a Charger because how drafting is set up. Like you've kind of established yourself as one of the higher Division 3 players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What's your like mindset and play style on the fronton?
Yeah. Well, my like strongest thing is like my catching. As a backcourter, I don't really throw too many shots. I'm still trying to, figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But this season, I'm a lot happier with how I started. Usually with the Chargers, for some reason, we kind of get off to a slow start. But this season, we're starting off pretty strong. And especially with my doubles play, I've been really happy with how I started so far.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys were in first place last week until the Renegades just smoked the Devils,
Swept
which
the Devils. So
unfortunately that's been the theme for the Devils this season. It's going to be hard for them to crawl their way out of the the bottom of the league where they find themselves. So what do you see? You've been a Charger every single season. We now find out, is this Benny's last dance as a Charger? Michael Jordan-esque. What do you see your role on the Chargers this season being?
well, I just need to listen. The captain. I'm technically the captain, right? But
Okay.
the captain role is a little overrated. There's not there's not really much that I do as a captain other than I'm the only one that can challenge a call on the court.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the only thing that the captain has like power over. But I just need to, continue playing how I'm playing, really. How I started the season. I'm really happy with how I started. So
Absolutely. I
yeah.
think if memory serves me correct, you and Zuleika are the Division 1 team for the Chargers, and you guys currently as a team are undefeated. Is this the season where Zuleika and Benny established themselves as one of, if not the top Division One team? Last 2 seasons past, you guys were 500, which is
Yep.
that's good, better than being down. But 500
Yeah.
this year, off to a solid start. Is this the season where Zuleika and Benny established themselves as one of the premier doubles teams in Alai?
Well, I definitely hope so. But we've been playing for quite a few seasons together now, and we've played in the World Superport the past 2 seasons or 2 years. So I think our chemistry on the court has definitely gotten a lot better. We know each other's play styles really well. So hopefully this is the season that we can have a winning record, like you were saying.
I want to play a sound for you here really quick, and I think
Okay.
you're uniquely positioned to give feedback on this. So as I've been doing this, God bless Highlight, become a fan of Highlight, seek out the game, grow my knowledge of it, and last Friday, I'm listening to the broadcast, and during a break between sets, Bleckman mentions, "Did you see the Douglas interview?" And I go, "Oh, they have a new sponsor, Brinks Buzz TV, and they interviewed Douglas." So I pause the feed on YouTube, I jump over to Brinks Buzz, and this is what I hear, and I want you to give me some feedback on this. It's about a 30-second clip. This is them introducing your brother here. So let me know if you can hear this. I should be sharing audio.
We have Douglas, also known today as Big Doug. Big Doug. Big Dougie Dougie.
Let's go, Diggy.
How are you?
That's
How are you?
Highlight. There he
Thanks for
is.
having me on.
What up, baby?
How are you
What's
guys? Thanks for having
happening?
me
I
on.
just called you baby, but that's because you're Highlight. I want to see your tats on your. I want to see your tats. Explain yourself. You got yourself the wicker basket. I want you to educate us on Highlight because it used to be the fastest ball sport on the planet until I proved on a show that golf is actually. But Highlight is a fantastic second. Explain to us your tats.
So that's John Brinkus of Sports Science. And I'm watching that, a fan of the Highlight, and I'm going, excuse me, used to be the world's fastest ball sport? Golf is faster? Like, come on, nerd. Like, get out of here with your science. Just because a golf ball comes off the tee, like, faster than a pelota, like, I don't think Rory McIlroy is trying to catch, like, Bryson DeChambeau's drive and, like, block it from going into the cup. Like, what are your thoughts on him? Love the new sponsors, but you're going to start out by demoting Highlight?
Right. So I've heard that quite a bit compared, like golf is the fastest sport. And I actually watched your last God Bless Highlight episode. And I live with Andrew Blackman.
Oh, okay.
I live with him. And we were watching. And yeah, the thing is that you're not catching and throwing the golf ball.
Exactly.
And the Guinness Book of World Records recognizes Highlight as the fastest sport. So if you want to go by that, I feel like that's a pretty good, standard. So
what do you think? You heard last week, I posited it was a little bit of a rough Friday for Douglas, and I was thinking he potentially maybe felt guilty because he Brinks Buzz. They're a little, little, I don't know, like extra testosterone-y, so they maybe pushed him around a little bit, and he felt a little bit guilty for not standing up for the sport of Highlight, and that was why he had a rough Friday because he felt the guilt. Do you think there's any truth in that?
It could have been, but he played Gaucheri 2 times, and anytime you play Gaucheri twice in a day, you need to play good to have a good day. So.
And it was a little bit of
It could have been.
It was a little bit of payback for Gaucheri because Douglas actually got him the first time they played earlier in the season. There's only so many times you can get Gaucheri in a season. That guy is all over the court. So
no, he's incredible. Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to role play how you would have responded. So I'm going to be John Brinkus here, and I want you to jump in and defend the sport of highlight. All right, are you down to do that?
To be honest, I would have responded the exact same way that Douglas responded. So
You'd have just taken it. So
I would have taken it. I would have.
I mean,
I would have.
it is tough. You heard. I would have been like, "Shut up, nerd!" Like Roy again. You think VJ Singh is like, putting on a cup because he's worried about where the golf ball is gonna go? No. Like,
you just can't compare the two.
Exactly. It's totally, completely asinine take, and Mr. Brinkus should be embarrassed for bringing it up. So that's my take on the whole thing. So when you look around Battle Court, it's grown over the 6 seasons that it's been around. Chargers have been a constant, although you guys have Chula Chargers, the alliterative names have gone away.
Yep.
Cyclones have always been there. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being insanely jealous and 5 so jealous you can't sleep at night, how jealous are you of the Cyclones and the culture of Clone Cartel whoosh whoosh?
I will say this, that the Cyclones do have the best fan base out of all the teams.
See.
And none of the other teams really are close to that. The 1 to 5 scale, I'd go. Well, I'm not losing sleep over the Clone Cartel, to be honest. But no, I'd go.
Oh, you
3.
you will, Benny.
I'd go like 3.
3. So
I really do like the Cyclones fan base. We have like people coming into the TikTok lives and the live streams and the comments.
And
they mentioned the Clone Cartel, so.
I mean, Clone
it's really
Cartel.
Good for highlight.
This season, whoosh whoosh. Although really tough Tuesday results for the Cyclones with Amigarena going down with an injury. Looks like he's going to be out for a month. Ron also went down, but hopefully he'll be back for us next Tuesday. But what can the Chargers do? Like, is it like zap Charger pack or something? Like,
that's the thing. I don't know. The Cyclones, the Clone Cartel
it's strong.
It's catchy. Yeah, It is. We need to figure out something for the Chargers.
You gotta workshop it. I'm curious. One thing that I've noticed in Highlight is, you play 3 sets. First one to win 2 wins the match. What's the difference between playing? Excuse me. What's the difference between playing 2 sets versus a 3-set match? As I totally lose my voice.
No, yeah. I mean, obviously you wanna win in 2 sets. You don't want to use, especially if you're playing 2 or 3 matches in a day. You want to try and end the match as fast as possible. But it depends if you lose the first set or if you win the first set. Because if you win the first set and then you lose the second one, the team that you're playing has all the momentum. If you lose the first one and then win the second one, then you have the momentum going into the third set. So obviously you want to win in straight sets, but if you lose the first one, or if you win the first one, then lose the second one, then the team you're playing has all the momentum. So into 6 points, it's not a lot of points to play to. Over in Spain and France, they play 15, and then 5 the third set. So it's a little different over there.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the across the pond games. I saw Lopez play, scouted him as, potentially going to be drafted, and was drafted last season for the Cyclones. So I have a couple last thing here, kind of like a lightning round here. Fill in the blank here. So I'm going to give you a statement and you fill in the blank. Highlight is blank.
Fast.
The best player in Battle Court is blank.
I gotta go share. You have to.
If Manu's on top of his game, okay, Manu can put
Out of
that.
backwaters, Manu, for sure. But Yosheri, I feel like consistently he's definitely at the top.
The player I least like playing against is blank.
I'd go with Nicholas or Hyro, because Nicholas doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. He catches everything. And then Hyro, we have a pretty good like rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
And we're good friends off the court, but on the court it's fun playing against him. So either Hyro or Nicholas.
The best player at handling a rebote is blank.
Hyro for forehand rebotes, I'd say he has the best forehand rebote. So I'd go with Hyro.
Blank has the deadliest 2-wall.
I'd have to go with my partner Zuleika.
Good answer.
He
good
cuts
answer.
him out. Like when he throws the 2-wall, he doesn't. They're either not getting to it or it's landing out. You're either gonna win or lose on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting sometimes. Like
Speak of Zuleika. Here he is.
Ooh, the shoulder, right?
Look at that. God bless Highlight, Zuleika. It's interesting, like how streaky Highlight can be. Like I think of when Manu and Zuleika face off. A lot of times those matches will be something like 6-1, or sometimes like I know a couple of times Manu's been up on Zuleika 5-1, and Zuleika's came all the way back, and vice versa. What is it like when you're in the middle of a streak for Highlight where you're just in the zone?
Yeah, like you were saying, it's really weird how just by taking a 1.5-minute break in between sets, it completely changes the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really let up if you win a set too easily, because it always happens. You never come back and win the second one the same. But that's the thing. You just really need to focus and not let that big win like get to you, and now you can take it easy.
Absolutely. So last two fill in the blank questions here. Mr. Red is blank.
He's a crazy guy. He's crazy. Yeah, he's funny though. He's not with the Chargers this season, but last season he was. Yeah, we filmed a few videos with him, and he's a funny guy for sure.
And finally, the Chargers this season will blank.
These one-word responses.
You can complete the sentence. Doesn't have to be one word.
Well, they're going to win the championship this season.
Ooh, strong.
I'll say that. I feel pretty confident about the Chargers at least making it to the championship this season.
Strong response.
I'll say that.
You guys have definitely rebounded since your close loss. I've laid out my hierarchy of wins on God Bless Highlight. A close loss, you get a lot of those. You might make the playoffs, but you guys bounce back. You had a really resounding win against the Devils, and you're on a bit of a roll here. And this Friday, again, you're taking on the Fireballs, which, as a Cyclone fan, I'm hoping you guys can dominate, because we're going to need the Fireballs and Devils to stay low while Amigarena stays low and recovers. Well, Benny, thank you for joining us on God Bless Highlight. And tell Bleckman, instead of promoting this whole Brinkus besmirchment of Highlight, promote the Benny interview on God Bless Highlight.
I definitely will, and he definitely did get the message. So, and if you want to have him on, he said he's down to come on the show.
I would love to talk with Bleckman and talk some Highlight. So I will connect with you on that, sir. God bless Highlight, Benny.
God bless Highlight. Thank you for having me on.